Shalom, y'all. Today we're taking the opportunity to begin working on that 2001 Xterra that I told you about. She's kind of rough shape. I did remove the grill off of it. I'm going to fabricate a new grill and bumper later on in another project, but we're going to get started with the first. So we're going to install some hood pins, but quick, I'm going to give you a quick introduction to the Xterra itself. So this is the Xterra. It's a 2001. Picked her up fairly cheap because of all the work she needs to have done. You can see on the front that I've already removed the grill. If you like the paint job, leave a comment down below. Remove the grill at first because I was already having issues with the coolant system. I've got that fixed. I didn't have an opportunity to make a video. Then by removing the grill, I'm also going to have access to the mechanism right here that we're going to take out. I'm also going to get rid of this little plastic visor thing. I've never really liked those. And then we're going to add some hood pins that are going to go in, and they're going to pin right here through the hood. We're going to end up drilling some holes, and that's what we're going with today. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is open up the hood. I'm going to get rid of this little plastic visor thing. So one good thing about removing the grill is I don't have to go inside to unlock it. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to take my grill here. There's only 4 bolts to hold this thing on, and once it's off, I'm going to be so much happier. There. Now, one of the tabs is already broken. It's held on with a big washer, so this thing rattled when I drove, so I'm getting rid of it. Feel better about it already. Okay, let's start getting into where the hood latches are going to go. Typically on these vehicles, a lot of vehicles, they have a place where you can put hood pins in. This doesn't have any holes on the frame, so I'm going to have to make some holes. I did think about replacing these little bumpers with the latch pins. And if I pull this out, so this little guy you can see right here, it's got a corkscrew type, it's got threads on it basically, and that's made to hold the hood down without causing a bunch of problems. I thought about putting the pin right in there, but I don't. After thinking about it, I don't want to be without these little rubber stoppers because they are going to provide support for the hood and keep it from rattling. I mean, that little visor rattled and that bothered me a lot, so I'm going to keep the bumpers there. And there's a little spot right here where the bumper comes up. You can't see it on the video, but there is a little spot right here on either side of the hood, and that's where I'm going to put the hood pins. So on these vehicles, once we get the pin in place up here, there's not really a spot for a hole. So I am going to drill a pilot hole through here, and then it's going to go up through the hood, and you'll see how we're going to do that and mark it in just a moment. So first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to determine the location of the very first pin. I'm not going to be doing all technical measurements. This isn't a machine shop doing machining things. So I'm going to take this, okay, it's about 2 inches, so I'm going to guesstimate using a 1 inch, and we're just going to drill with a small drill to give us a pilot hole. These pins are approximately 10 millimeters, so I'm using a 10.2 mil drill. So now that we've got our pilot hole exactly where we want it, we're going to take one nut underneath, and we're going to bring the pin in, and we are going to kind of lock it down in the tallest position that it can sit at. Maybe if I can get this nut started at all. There we go. Now the reason that I want to do this in the tallest position is the next move is I'm going to get it where I think I kind of want it. Do a little bit of flattening and working. Okay, now that's close enough. Next thing I'm going to do is I went and got a paint. So what I'm going to do here A lot of paint came out of there, but that's all right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this down, and that leaves us a paint mark. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a pilot hole right here where the white is. Now that we got the pilot hole done, we're gonna use this 19mm hole saw. After some technical difficulties, we got this thing going again. Some more technical difficulties, but we're gonna test this fit right now anyway. That's pretty darn close. So you can see right there that the hole saw started to break through. So we're gonna go through on the other side, through the other way. Now that we got our basic hole drilled, we're gonna go through and we're gonna make sure that the pins line up. Okay. Trick is you gotta have the... All right, so you gotta put the nut back in to do this side, do this part. It's never easy when you get all the burrs, and I'm not going to go clean all that up. I'm not in a shop right now. If I was working on a CNC machine, I'd keep all that clean, but I'm working on the old, bam, check that out. So now when we get that pushed all the way down, we're going to put our cover in there, and then we can adjust this for the nuts and bring it all the way down where it needs to be. We'll go over that here in a second. So with the hood pin sitting right there, we've got these little plates. Came with some hardware, some screws. Now this is just the generic Amazon special. I wasn't gonna go all out for such an old vehicle. But once we get this in, okay, push it all the way down. It's actually upside down. We're actually gonna put it put it this way. I like to put these screws in the direction of travel, not like this, because as the hood catches air and pulls up, it's going to stress this one screw by itself. It more evenly distributes that if we put them in like this, and it's okay if you disagree, do it however you want. So I'm going to take and I'm going to mark on the hood where I'm going to drill. Make sure I can see that in the dark and the black line there. I can make them out good enough. You don't always need a pilot hole, but it doesn't hurt. As long as you look at your screw and that's kind of pushing it. Fat finger Willie. You know what? Actually, I think that'll... and one latch spot on there. So now that's near perfect. Okay, So right there, I got the pin where it can go straight back and forth like this, and the back pin is going to be right up against there. So that's the perfect height to hold that pin in place. Latch. So now, what we're going to do. All right, so I just grabbed a hold of that bottom, this, and then I'm going to tighten the hell out of this right here. I'm going to give it a good, like, digging into the metal. So now let's make sure this is all lined up. Looks good. I might raise that up just a tiny bit. You know what? There it is. Holds right there. Perfect. So all I did was adjust the nuts to sandwich that hood pin into place, and that holds. So right there. Now we're just going to do it on the other side, and then we'll remove the latching mechanism. So now that I got both the hood pins in place, we are going to go ahead and take a look at the latching mechanism, and then we're going to get that taken out. There we go. Bam. Now that I've got both hood pins installed, and the latching mechanism out, it's nice and easy to open anytime I need it. Alright, so that's how you're going to put the latching mechanisms in on these Gen 1 Xterras. The Gen 2 and so on had fixed a lot of mistakes with the frame and other problems that the Gen 1 had. So it's going to be done differently on those other models. So this is just the Gen 1, okay, specifically a 2001 Xterra, right? But yeah, that's how it's done. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Go ahead and shoot a message. But please like, subscribe, follow along. Go ahead and interact with this, send it to friends, so that we can get a lot of traction, and we can get some of these older beasts. We can get some of these older beasts back to running the way that they need to. The Gen 1 the Gen 1 Xterra has a lot of small issues and quirks, but I love mine. So anyway, we'll just catch you later. Shalom, y'all.